Dalia Lasaite, and I'm a co-founder and CEO of CGTrader. I'm very excited to be here at AWE today. So, as you know, we will talk about how augmented reality impacts online retail. However, before we start, I would like to briefly introduce CGTrader and what we do. So CGTrader is the world's largest provider of 3D models. We have around 800,000 3D models on our platform and close to 2 million 3D designers on board. And we have almost 10 years of experience managing this massive marketplace of 3D design. And we also work with retailers, helping them adopt augmented reality. Now, recently in retail, we are seeing that augmented reality is extremely beneficial for e-commerce. In fact, we believe that this is the killer application for AR at this stage. Already quite a few companies have launched their augmented reality offerings, including Macy's, House, IKEA, and others. And it's actually expected that next year, almost half of the online retailers will offer AR or VR shopping experience. Now, the factors behind this transition are several. First of all, consumers expect this already. So consumers expect an omni-channel experience in online retail, and this means that the brands have to make sure that the online and offline experience are unified. Secondly, many younger consumers prefer very much an interactive experience with the brand. So close to 70% of UK consumers between 18 and 24 are expecting that the brand will have an interactive experience. Finally, already next year, it's predicted that 100 million consumers will be shopping in augmented reality or VR. So there is really a strong expectation and pull from the consumer to have this experience by the brands. At the same time, there are different push factors that make this possible. First of all, as you all know, Google and Apple have made major steps forward with the AR Kit and AR Core. This means that it's very, very easy for the consumer to use augmented reality, and that makes it possible for e-commerce and brands to actually adopt it. The other part is that e-commerce is becoming much more mobile itself. So almost 50% of consumers are using mobile devices to shop, and therefore brands need to find ways of how to engage them through mobile. And finally, 3D content has become more affordable because of many different suppliers like ourselves who can create 3D models at scale. So let's look at how do these brands who adopt augmented reality are doing. So Pottery & Barn in the US have launched AR application, and their CEO claims that this is a fundamental driver of the shopping experience. Some other brands have shared more data. For example, Jerome's, a furniture retailer here in the US, has used augmented reality on their platform. And they are seeing that before augmented reality, the average time on site was around 4 minutes. And now, with AR, it's 15 minutes. So it's a massive, massive increase of engagement. Finally, think about product returns. So in the US, annually, 260 billion in product returns happens every year. It's a major pain point for retailers because many of them offer free shipping and free returns, and that means that it's great for the consumer, but for retailer it can be a big, big cost. And Macy's have reported that their return rate by using augmented reality decreased from 5% to 1%. This is it could be a game changer for any brand. It's really a massive saving in terms of product returns. So if you think about these numbers, it seems that it's a no-brainer to use augmented reality in e-commerce, right? Why would anyone not have it? And yet, many brands and e-commerce companies don't support augmented reality still to this day. So when we work with retailers, we try to understand what are actually the problems and the bottlenecks, why this is not happening and they are not reaping these benefits. And we have identified several major barriers to adoption of VR in e-commerce and in online retail. So first of all, if you are an online retailer or e-commerce brand, the first thing you need to do is to migrate your products to 3D. This is a massive challenge in itself. You might have, just imagine, you might have thousands or millions of products or SKUs, right? And you need to create a 3D model for every single one of them. So what do? Do you go to a local design studio? It will take 10 years to produce that type of volume of 3D models. And this is it's a barrier for many retailers to adopt AR. Secondly, if you are investing in augmented reality and e-commerce, in e-commerce you need to actually have a specialized team who knows what they're doing. So you might need to hire 3D designers who can ingest all these 3D models and can review and make sure that from a technical standpoint they meet the brand's or e-commerce company's requirements. And you also need to find someone who would take care of the AR experience on your website and modify it on the technical side. And this also includes a large upfront investment, which means that you need to actually invest sometimes millions of dollars before you see the real impact of augmented reality. And that requires a really strong forward thinking and a lot of conviction. So finally, you need to modify, as I said, the e-commerce site, and this sometimes is a barrier of some of the retailers. Now, we worked with retailers and we thought, okay, so what we can do as CGTrader to actually move the needle and help them adopt AR. And today I'm very happy to share because we are launching a new solution for augmented reality in retail that addresses all of these challenges. So it's called CGTrader Arsenal. And it's a first complete end-to-end solution for augmented reality in e-commerce. What that means is the retailer, the only thing they need to do is to send us the product links, and then we take care of everything else. And that means that we return to the retailer or a brand a YouTube-like link that they can embed directly on their website. So this solution includes a lot of things in the back end, including 3D content production, content management solution for the brand, and also 3D viewer and augmented reality support. And as soon as the brand or e-commerce company gets these links, they are ready to launch a fully fledged augmented reality experience. And the backbones of this solution are several. First of all, it's scalable 3D modeling. So as one of the premier communities of 3D designers with 2 million members, we are able to offer a scale that very few other companies can offer. We have a system that has technologies that reduce designer modeling time, and at the same time we can distribute these 3D modeling tasks across our global 3D designer network. So this solves a very big problem for many retailers and makes it possible for any brand or customer to immediately start AR. Then we also take care of the specs, the quality control, and the brand doesn't need to hire a 3D designer or AR experts because we take care of all of these aspects. And finally, to address the upfront investment issue, which is a very big issue in many cases, we propose to our customers to make payments in installments so that you don't need to make it all upfront. This means that they don't need to build such a big case for their management to proceed with this solution, and they are able to adopt AR in a in a more cost-efficient way. So today I'm very happy that we are joined by Tom DeVos, e-commerce director at Fatboy, who is one of the first customers of CGTrader Arsenal. And this iconic brand, Tom will share how they think about augmented reality and why it matters to them.
Thank you, Dalia. Hello, everybody. Great to be here in California, all the way from Amsterdam. And I'm going to tell you a couple of things about Fatboy and why we chose to work with CGTrader Arsenal, which is pretty obvious because you've seen the pitch. That's why we chose to work with them. So about Fatboy. Fatboy is a Dutch design brand that was launched 20 years ago. And most famous for the beanbag. Actually, in some countries, they call a beanbag a Fatboy. And nowadays, we are selling our products in over 60 countries, and we have our HQ in Europe, and we have offices in the US. Over the last 2 decades, we have launched many more products than just beanbags. Of course, we have expanded our beanbag assortment. We have floating beanbags, we have beanbags for kids, beanbags for dogs. We have launched lighting, big hammocks. We launched, I don't know if you know it, it's the Lamzak. We were the first, which is a sort of bag that you can inflate really quickly, the air lounger. We were the first one to introduce that 2 years ago. And basically what you see is we are a brand, and what we want is to introduce every time a new iconic product. We are design fanatics, and if you look at Fatboy, what you see is all these products, they look as if they were almost designed by a kid. They look very simple, but there's much more to it. And our objective is always to launch icons. And sometimes we succeed, sometimes we fail. But one important thing for Fatboy is that people, they need to experience the product. Just an image is not enough anymore. So in the past, we had a lot of retail stores. Retail is struggling. So we need another solution in order to really show the added value of our products and why our products are so unique. And that's why we started with CGTrader, CGTrader Arsenal. And basically, the reason why we believe it is such a big priority and a future for us is if we look at Fatboy, we are a company, approximately 30% of our business is done by our own website, our own web shop, fatboy.com. 30% of our business is done via our pure players, our e-com players. So in the US, for instance, Macy's is a client. And 30% is still done by brick and mortar omni-channel players. And CGTrader Arsenal, the augmented reality solution, has a benefit for each of our big channels. And actually it has transformed our sales strategy. So we use augmented reality, or we will use, because we're launching it today on our website. We will launch augmented reality on our website, initially on our brand website, to really engage the consumer and to show the consumer the uniqueness of our products. So you can really see the textures, the different colors. But we will also offer this solution to our e-commerce and our pure players. Because offering this as a brand to our big pure player clients is a huge benefit for them, because it will help them to reduce the returns. And as you can imagine, our products, the Fatboy products, are pretty big and bulky. Shipping a product is around $100. Taking a return is another $100, so you make no profit. So that's why this is a huge benefit. And finally, that's something that we only envisioned later. The augmented reality solution for us as a brand is a huge benefit for our omni-channel brick and mortar stores. They are struggling a lot right now, and our products, we have a fairly big product portfolio. Products are big, and it's impossible to have all these products on stock in store. And with this solution, actually stores can have the full Fatboy assortment in their store, can show it to their consumers, and by linking it to a drop shipment solution, our brick and mortar omni-channel players, they can actually sell the entire Fatboy collection without having it on stock, like an endless aisle solution. So we are very happy about that. But like I said in the beginning, we are a design company. So our main focus is to design products, and that's the thing that we like to do. And investing a lot of money in a big AR solution is, that's not what we are best at. So that's why we were so happy with CGTrader Arsenal. By just sending a link to our product page or a 2D image, they are able to transform that in an augmented reality solution, so that we are able, so they send us a link, we can just copy paste that to our website, and we have augmented reality. No need to download any app, no need to do any expensive investments. So it allows us, not the biggest brand in the world, but a relatively small design brand, to suddenly be one of the front runners in augmented reality, which is of course a big asset. I don't know if it looks, this is a sort of preview. This is just a 3D model. This is how it would look on a desktop. But if you go to the Fatboy website, you can actually discover on the beanbag page how it looks and how you can place the augmented reality product in real life and see it for yourself. So that was my part. Dalia?
All right, so thank you very much, Tom. It's very interesting to hear how you guys think about it. And if you want to try out the beanbags or the AR, please visit our booth. It's 821 in the show starting tomorrow. And if you have any questions to me or Tom, please raise your hand. Thank you.